Welcome back and welcome to my September book haul. For once, this is not going to be a books and more haul. It's just books this month. Just books. If you were looking for a bit of and more, I made an IGTV video about the books that I received at a Simon & Schuster blogger event that I went to, which I didn't bring all of that stuff back with me when I came over, just because my suitcase was already full of quite a lot of books because I was getting books for other people as well. So yeah, there's a few books that I obviously did receive from them that I don't mention in this haul just because they ended up staying there. A couple of books that I'm doing giveaways with, and the lovely merch that they gave us inside the bag as well. So let's start with the books I've been sent, then move on to the books I bought. So the first book I got sent literally like the day after I filmed my August book haul. So technically this was an August book that I received. I received Secrets of Moldara by Brianne Earhart, and this one is the first book in the Moldara series. You might remember from my August book haul that I received the second book in the Moldara series, and I did do an Instagram live unboxing of this one, which I did upload onto my Facebook page, so it is on there if you want to go and take a look at all the wonderful things that they put inside the book box for this one. But this one is, they said it was Game of Thrones meets something else. Let me read you the blurb rather than trying to work out what it was. The woods around Lottie's childhood home are filling up with dangerous people. Her grandmother's death has brought the family back from Chicago and triggered a secret Lottie was never meant to face alone. Guided by a desire to finally solve her grandpa's disappearance, Lottie has enlisted the help of farmhands that are keeping their own deadly secrets. Together they will have to learn to trust again, relying on each other's will to fight if they are going to survive the truth that waits for them both in Moldara. So I just think it's a beautiful book. It goes right the way around, and then the back here looks almost marbled like fancy paper. But yeah, so hopefully going to be reading this one. I believe I mentioned it in my September TBR, so I'm hopefully going to read this one before the month is over. Then a few of the books I did bring with me from the Simon & Schuster event. This one is on my September TBR, and I did start reading it because I received a NetGalley copy of this one, but I have a proof copy of Snowflakes and Cinnamon Swirls at the Winter Wonderland by Heidi Swain, which is just a beautiful book, and I'm expecting that the finished copy is going to have some foil here, or perhaps some foil on the lettering, because all of Heidi's books, especially the Christmassy ones, have beautiful foil on and are wonderful. This one, we go back to Winthrop Hall, which is where Heidi's last year's Christmas book was set, and I have started reading it already. I don't want to tell you too much about this one because it might give away things from last year's Christmas market Heidi Swain Christmas book. So I have started reading it, and it is rather wonderful to be home just outside Winbridge with the characters that I recognised from last year's Christmas book, and already I'm starting to see a possible bit of romance in here. It's very exciting. But yeah, it's nice to have an actual physical copy, and if I do get a finished copy of this one, I will be sure to show you because I'm sure that it will have some foil on it somewhere. Then at this event as well, they had some books that we were free to take, and I had been having my eye on this one for a little while now because, as you know, I am a fan of a memoir. I do like a bit of autobiography and biography, and I do like featuring non-fiction books on this channel as well because I think that there's not enough non-fiction featured on BookTube. So I picked up Jo Malone, My Story, which has a scented page inside, and instantly when I kind of removed this from the other books, I could smell, I'm not sure sort of which the scented page is, it might be this page here actually, but the general book itself does smell a little like Jo Malone. So this is the hardback, and it's basically what it says on the tin, but let me show you the naked book. The naked book is red, so that's going to look really nice when I'm reading that. And are you ready for the end paper? How beautiful is that? You can be sure that this is going to feature in an Instagram picture very soon. If you're not following me on Instagram, it's linked down below. As I say, I make IGTV videos on there as well. Yeah, both sides are the same, but it's just a glorious book, and it's got the picture on the back there. And I'm really interested because I don't have anything, I don't own anything by Jo Malone, but I know a lot of people who do, and just the whole story really intrigues me, so I was definitely going to pick this one up. And then I requested this one when I knew I was going to Simon & Schuster, and I saw that they were publishing this one. Bethany, I will link her channel, made a video talking about this book, I believe. If not, she's definitely spoken about it in some of her videos. And when I saw her talking about it on Instagram, I knew that this was a book that I wanted to read. And that is Rage Becomes Her, The Power of Women's Anger. And it's blurbed here by Laura Bates, who, if you've been following the channel for any length of time, you know I am a massive fan of Everyday Sexism, Girl Up, Misogynation, just her whole Everyday Sexism project. She's amazing. So the fact that it's been blurbed by her really, really makes me want to read it. But just the title, this is what it looks like. And yeah, again, it's what it says on the tin. And I like the fact that the book itself is orange. Don't think we see a lot of orange associated with women's anger, I suppose, but I am very, very excited to get stuck into this. And I like the UK cover. I think it's rather lovely. I believe the US cover has more red on it than this. I don't think I've seen a finished copy. I think I've only seen a proof copy of the US cover, but I like the fact this one has the orange on, and it kind of matches my nails, which are orange, even though this makes them look red. So there's something. Then a couple of books that I bought. I can't get the sticker off of this one, which I'm a little bit miffed about because it has a beautiful cover. I'm going to work on it, but I'm just going to hold it now with the sticker on. I got myself a Target edition copy of To Make Monsters Out of Girls, which is by Amanda Lovelace. I have a whole video talking about Amanda Lovelace's previous poetry books, which I will leave linked up here, and I'm about to read an anthology that I got from NetGalley with her and some of the other poets I have talked about on this channel, and also on my IGTV videos. Keep referring you back to those IGTV videos. If you enjoyed these videos, you will like those videos because they're basically the same, just portrait instead of landscape. So this one has an author letter and bonus poems in, and I would like to show you the cover, but you know, this is the back. I like this here. This is how I will finally bury you. So it seems like something that it is the right time of year to read, but I will probably make either a video on here or on IGTV talking about this one once I've put all my tabs in for the poems that I enjoyed the most. But this one just came out last week, so I went and got it as soon as it came out because I knew that there was going to be a Target special edition, just like with the Witch Doesn't Burn in this one. There's the 2 editions. If you watch that video that I linked up here, you will see both editions. And then another poetry book that I got when I was back in England, I bought this one in Waterstones, Cheltenham, with a gift card I was gifted from Simon & Schuster, and I was there for the event that I made the event vlog with Millie Johnson, Penny Parks and Veronica Henry. So if you haven't checked that one out, I'll link that one up here as well. And I bought this one. Ironically enough, the UK edition is hardback and the US edition is paperback, when normally it's the other way around, right? I talk about this one on IGTV. I've got a whole video talking about that one, so make sure you're following me on there. It's linked down below and you can hear my thoughts on this book because I did tab it, of course. It is Fierce Fairytales by Nikita Gill, and you can see it's got this just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous detail on the cover. Let me show it to you there. And it goes all the way around onto the back as well. And then the I chose this colour of tabs because they match the end pages, which I think is quite cool. I love this like magenta-y burgundy end pages that it has. It's wonderful. And this is, Fierce Fairy Tales and Other Stories to Stir Your Soul. And on the back it says Feminist Fairy Tales for Young and Old, which is basically what it is. It's a mixture of stories and poems. I think I definitely prefer the poems in this one to the stories, but it was interesting having the mix because I really liked the fairy tale aspect in Nikita Gill's previous book. And so I'm glad that they kind of highlighted that part for this book, and I knew I wanted to buy it, and I bought this the day it came out because that was when the event was. Very conveniently, thank you Waterstones Cheltenham for having an event the day I wanted to come and buy this book. And it's quite nice having the hard copy. I quite like that. It matches my other hard copy poetry book that I got. Then bought this on a whim while I was in the works back home. I was buying some other children's books, and I saw this edition of this book, and it was basically going to be free because I was buying these other children's books as Christmas presents, because, you know, if you are a child and you know me, you know you're getting books for Christmas. Spoiler alert. I got a copy of Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, which I obviously have read, and I think I had a paperback copy of it, but I may have got the audiobook out of the library, so I had it probably on tape when I read this one. I read all of Judy Blume's novels in one summer. I think it was the summer between my penultimate and last year of primary school. I think it was that summer, and I read all of them that summer, and I was so proud that I'd read so many books. But yeah, I had an audio copy of this one from the library, and obviously this is a beautiful edition. This is a beautiful cover, and also, you know, it was a really pivotal book for me, so the fact that I don't own a copy of it, so yeah, probably going to reread this one, and I will share my thoughts on it. Let me know if you'd like a full book talk discussion on my thoughts on rereading this one, either on here or on IGTV. Let me know in the comments what you think about that, whether you think you would like to see that, or whether you just want it as part of a wrap up, or perhaps a whole new video talking about rereading. I do have one on IGTV talking about my rereading year so far. But yeah, this is just a stunning cover, and I'm looking forward to kind of diving back in as well. Obviously it'll be a quick read because it is a middle grade book, and it's 150 pages, so I could probably read this after finishing filming this video. But I have other things on my reread list before that, so. And then getting younger still, we've got some non-fiction, some poetry, some adult fiction, some young adult fiction, some middle grade fiction, and I also got a picture book. I ordered this from Book Depository, and I was waiting for it to come, and obviously I went back to England and it was there and I could have bought it, but I knew that it was on its way from Book Depository, and the reason it took so long to come is because it was coming from Australia. So I'm not sure what went on here. This is a UK book, but for some reason it came via Australia, and that's why I managed to go to England and back in the time that it took this one to come. I ordered this one, I pre-ordered it, so it was obviously dispatched when it was released, which was forever ago. But you want to know what the book is? I got a copy of Angry Cookie by Laura Dockrill when I went to the Lush Book Club event for Big Bones with Laura Dockrill, which was the most amazing thing. I love Laura Dockrill, I love Big Bones. I've always loved everything Laura Dockrill's written, Darcy Burdock. I haven't quite finished reading them all, but it is amazing. And when she talked about having this book coming out, I immediately noted it down and then knew I wanted to pre-order it. And I have read this one with a child as well, so I got the full experience. But basically the cookie is angry because of her roommate Barbara, who is a cactus, and the title is Angry Cookie, and this is Angry Cookie here, and that's all you need to know. Now, I thought that Angry Cookie was a girl, but I'm pretty sure Angry Cookie may be male, or Angry Cookie may not have a gender, because I'm sure, yeah, see, here we have a carrot joking about Angry Cookie's hat, and it talks about himself, but yeah, I think maybe Angry Cookie does not have a gender. But let me know if you've read this one. Let me know what you think. And then finally to my, let's hold it the right way, book of the month order. This month I did add on an extra book. I got a copy of one book that I'd been seeing all over Instagram, and then I did add an extra book on as well. This month's bookmark is a quote that says, "That's the thing about books, you let them travel, you don't let them, they let you travel without moving your feet." It's always interesting getting this quote. I have used my book of the month bookmark, not in a book of the month book though. Yes. So the September selection that I went for first of all was Fashion Victim, a novel by Amina, Akhtar. I have to admit I was attracted to the cover. It's got like a little bit dusty while it's been in the box. I don't know what's happened there. Was attracted to the cover because of the black and pink. And then let me show you the naked book as well. It's got the book of the month thing in the September 2018 there, and then it has a white spine, which is quite interesting. And this is a devilishly dark tale on the fashion world. Fashion Victim is Heathers meets Devil Wears Prada. So I really need to watch Heathers because I obviously follow Carrie Hope Fletcher on here, and she's currently in Heathers. I didn't get a chance to see it while I was in London because I was there for too short a time. It was too quick. But I have no idea what Heathers, well, I get an idea from her videos what Heathers is about. I need to watch the film so that I know, although I know the musical is quite different to the film. Either way, need to watch Heathers, and then I think I'm going to be buddy reading this with my friend Jenna, which we may do next month. Possibly. I'll find out. And then I got a copy of a book which I just liked the US cover for this one. The UK cover, I had the opportunity to get the UK edition of this one when I was back in the UK and saw this author talk at an event in April. And I didn't get it because the cover kind of scared me a little bit. And so I was pleased when I saw what the US cover looked like. I do have this borrowed on audiobook from the library, so I'm probably going to be listening to this and possibly switching between the physical book and the audiobook, but it's probably going to happen again on my October TBR because we're now nearly finished with September, and that is Cross Her Heart by Sarah Pinborough, which was another September pick, but I chose as like my add-on this month, and the inside is blue and red, which is quite interesting. I thought that was an interesting choice. Promises Are Meant to Be Broken. From the best-selling author of Behind Her Eyes comes a chilling psychological thriller about a dedicated single mom, her restless teenage daughter, and her troubled friends, about the secrets they hide and the past they can't escape. And everyone who's read this has said that it's really good. And I've not done a thriller on audiobook before, so that's one of the reasons I thought I would get a physical copy of the book. Because I have a couple of friends who've done thrillers on audiobooks and said that it can sometimes be hit or miss whether the narrator gets the tone of the thriller right. So I have a physical copy now if I want to switch between that one. So it's taken me a long time to talk about not very many books. It's probably quite a good thing that we've got not very many books. As I say, I did bring back a ton of books from the UK, but a lot of them weren't for me, so I don't have to haul them here today, which is quite a good thing. And as I say, I don't have any bookish merch to share with you. I do have an Enchanted Phantom unboxing and an Owl Crate unboxing, which will have already gone up, so I will link my unboxings playlist at the end of this video if you want to see bookish merch, because there is some fabulous bookish merch in both those. Some really cool bookmarks in the Enchanted Fandom one. And yes, thank you very much for watching. As I say, let me know in the comments if you would like me to do a whole discussion on here about rereading Are You There God It's Me Margaret. I did do a blog post talking about my rereading of Forever, which wasn't the most positive experience, so I'm hoping that the Are You There God It's Me Margaret one will be a little bit better. But yeah, let me know if you would like one and whether you would like it on here or on IGTV. Make sure you're following me on all the channels down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and make sure you're subscribed so my next video lands in your subscription feed. And I will see you with that next video soon. Bye.